Welcome back, guys. Sorry I've been a little bit of a slack ass and haven't put up a video for about a month and a half, but I'm back. And what we have in stall is, some of you may remember this AU XR8 that I dragged out of the paddock where it had been sitting for about 5 years. Well, this is why you haven't seen it on the channel. After we got it all up, back and running, fixed the rust, it actually developed quite a bad knock in the engine. So I was troubleshooting, I thought it had done sort of like a main bearing, it was just knocking intermittently. So I just sort of let it sit there for probably 2 months, just sort of got the shits with it, thinking what I'm gonna do, get a motor or do the bearings or do a rebuild. And then I thought I'll have another look at it. I stuck it up on the hoist, had it running, and actually figured out that the catalytic converters had sort of dislodged inside, and it was intermittently making a knocking sound which sounded like a sort of a big end bearing. So I cut the cats off, hollowed them out, welded them back on, and no knock. So we are back on with the AU XR8, but in order to get it roadworthy, this exhaust system is absolutely rooted, as well as now it has no cats because I hollowed them out. It is also just really badly rusted, sort of from the cat back. Yeah, you can see I've done some dodgy repairs, sort of on the mufflers already. So this morning I actually drove all the way out to Melton, if you know where that is. That's like western suburbs of Melbourne, I think. Middle of nowhere. Pretty much as soon as you get out there, it feels like you're in Cooper Pedy. That's how dry it is out there. But all the car parts generally seem to be there. But I've obtained myself a full exhaust system. So this is Jenny extractors through to high flow cats with a Manta sort of catback exhaust system. Got a couple of hot dogs there, sort of twin pipes, couple of hot dogs, then into one resignator, I think you call it, and then bang out the back. So this should be a pretty good sounding exhaust system. Before I stick it on the car, I'm gonna give it a little birthday. So, yeah, nothing major. I'm not gonna get it bloody ceramic coat or anything, but just a bit of hot paint, what do you call it? Heat resistant paint, get it all freshly black and looking all right so I can scratch the shit out of it when I stick it on the car. I've already given it a clean. Like I gave it a pressure wash and got all the dags off it, so I'll probably just give it a scuff down, a coat of paint, which I'll have to get because it's Saturday now. I don't think I'll be able to get the paint, but I'll get during the week. And then we can fire the old girl up, get it on the hoist, get the headers off. I think the headers are going to be, ideally I probably would have wanted to leave these factory headers on, but I mean that's a full complete exhaust system. It all goes together, so I'll do the whole lot. But I think the headers are going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to get to. Probably not too bad. I'll probably have to take the intake off and a few other bits, not the intake manifold, but the intake tube, a few bits and pieces. But before I whip this exhaust off, I should probably do a sound comparison to make sure, even though this one's got holes in it, but just to make sure we're doing a bit of an upgrade with the old exhaust system. So let's fire this bad boy up, give it a bit of a red line the shit out of it while it's cold, see what it sounds like, and then when we get the new exhaust on, we can redline the shit out of it when it's cold and see what it sounds like. I have the jump starter. This thing's been sitting here that long that this battery was actually brand new, but it's shit itself. It's like the battery's that dead, it doesn't even know that it's there. I have to do the override system. All right, sick. Come on. Nothing. Fuck. Huh. Oh, there we go. Went on properly. All right, here we go. Come on. Let's try again. Come on. All right, fucking hell. Fucking sounded like it didn't want to run for a second then, like. All right, let's give it a rev and see what it sounds like. Alright, so even though that the camera was with me, the microphone is actually at the back, so that sound was coming out the exhaust. I just didn't have anything to put the camera on, so that was just easier. But that's how it sounds. You can hear that it's leaking everywhere. So I think this new exhaust is going to sound a little bit better. So let's get that exhaust cleaned up, painted, installed, and see the difference. And it might actually go a bit better as well, who knows. All right, so I have removed the header from the full system. So now pretty much, I've already degreased them a couple of times, so I'm just gonna pretty much get all the dags off with some sandpaper. Just give them a full hit like that, get all the daggy bits off, wipe down with some thinners, and then I've just got some high heat paint here, give them a bit of a touch up. As for the exhaust, like it's all pretty much black, so I'll probably just give any little daggy bits a bit of a touch up to there, and should be ready to go. So first off is get all the dags off this, get a coat of paint on it, and I'll take this oxy sensor out. The inside is all dry. So now let's flip it over and do the backside. There they are with the fresh coat. Obviously they will dry off matte. So it's got pretty good coverage. It just makes them look a little bit newer. I've already started doing the other side here. So now I'll get those done. Touch up the exhaust a little bit, wait for the gaskets, and then we can stick it on the car and see if it sounds better and goes better. I reckon it might. They're a bit of a thicker diameter, so it should open the headers up a little bit. So now, time for some YouTube magic. Let's get the exhaust ready and fixed. There it is, brand new second-hand exhaust system. Looks alright. It's got the high temp fucking matte black on there. Literally painted the whole thing, even the cats. Looks alright except for the tips there, bit of chrome. So now that is painted, let's bring the XR8 in and pull the headers off, or pull the exhaust and headers off of it. Right, so I've got the red rocket on the hoist. So now I'll take you underneath and show you the old exhaust and see why it has to be changed, because it is rooted. So this actually is an old redback catback from back in the day, but here is the first. So this is cracked that many times down here since I've had it. And I've re-welded it, and I actually welded this like little gusset thing. I don't even know what that was off. Something I found under the bench at some stage. Like there's me little zip tie fix up of the exhaust hanger. So this bit is already rooted. I've re-welded along here as well. But here is where it starts getting real bad. Like look at that. I can stick my thumb through it. Like I've patched it and patched it and patched it. This is just recently, I've just patched it just to, while it's on the hoist. But yeah, look, we got major, like there's just holes everywhere. Things rooted. Cats are hollow now as well, so that is why it's getting changed. So I think to start off, I'm probably just gonna, because it's just hot because I've just drove it in, so I'll probably rip the cap back off, get it out of the way. To be honest, I'm probably gonna cut it. Oh, should be able to get it out there in one piece, but I don't think anyone will buy it, but like it's fucked. So to start off, cap back, whip that off, which is just a couple of, I think they're 13 mils, 1, 2, bang. 1, 2, bang, and then just the rest is exhaust hangers. I think I left half of it, yep. Snapped in half, my zip ties. Didn't quite do the trick. But yeah, look, she's rooted. I've got this big bit of she's knackered. Which I probably could just made up a new bit there and worked there, but then, yeah, this, it's on its way out. This is broken multiple times, with all that copper shit on there. So, it'd be interesting to see if this might actually be quieter now. But I think with the twin pipe should sound good. So, now we're going to tackle the headers. Get that 10mm on the steering shaft. Alright, so it's just the two, one 10mm at the bottom, one 10mm at the top to get the steering shaft out. And to be honest, it came out pretty fucking easy. I've done a couple of texture marks, try and line up where it goes, but we'll cross that bridge when it's going back in. We'll see. But that came out pretty easy. It's just literally two 10mm and you just push it up, pop the bottom out, pull it down, that's out. So that was not too bad. Alright, so they're all actually Allen keys. This is a H8. What's that? 8mm, I don't know. Got it on the breaker bar. So let's see. I managed to get all the bolts undone, they all cracked, and I couldn't get the header out, and I was like, what the fuck? But I actually forgot that I didn't undo the mounts at the back here. So it's just a couple of 13mm. But now that I think about it, it's probably a good idea to leave them on because the header didn't fall out as I was going, which is probably handy. Not too bad. Now the question is, the old gasket has stayed on the head. It actually doesn't look like it's in too bad nick. So I'm like, do I just risk trying to rip it off and then it fall into a million bits and then I got to clean it right up? Or do I just put it straight on? Yeah, there's literally no gasket left on that. Oh, a couple little skerricks. Yeah, that gasket is on there good. I think I'm just going to leave that gasket on. Driver's side came off pretty easy. Literally I had it off in 20 minutes. I was like, sick. I'm going to have these back on. No time. Ended up, because it's got that little extra bit that goes around the steering column, that didn't line up. Tried to get a bolt in there, cross-threaded one of the bolts in the heads, had to pull it off, had to re-tap it. Fucking nightmare. So, but that side's on now, done, steering column's back in, steering shaft, everything. The other side, they're all cracked, undone, there's only 2 bolts holding it in. I kept dropping the tool 5 times, so I'm sick of it. So I'm gonna come back in the morning, shit the bed, and come finish it off in the morning, but it is getting there. Pretty well. I only have to get that bolt and that bolt, then this head is off. This one has been a little bit straightforward. So I actually had to pull the belt off and drop the aircon pump just so I could get to that front bolt there. Other than that, so far it's been quite straightforward. So far that is. So I'll get these bolts, get that one. These are actually just finger tight. I just gotta get them. Alright, so I got this side on. They'll fit down nice. All them bolts are easy to get to. Got the intake back on. Aircon pump back up. Belt back on. Put this reservoir back in. Tightened all these ones up. I actually had to I had to cut down an Allen key and just use a spanner on one of the bolts to get, but the rest I could just get with an Allen key. So, top side is all done. Alright, so I've just laid the 2 exhausts out on the ground here so we can just do a little bit of a comparison, see the difference. Bear in mind they're not in the right position because one does look a little bit longer, but the cats are forward on the new one. But yeah, so there we go. Hopefully with the twin pipes all the way through into one, it should get a bit of a crackle. But we'll see how we go. I'll hang the front section up now. Hopefully everything lines up, and then put the arse end on. That just goes up same way as the other one come down, so you don't really need to see that, so I'll get that done now. There it is, all bolted up. All went on pretty well. Got little twins out the back there. Only drama I had was, this is the original like hanger that goes in between the gearbox mount. The one that come with the exhaust had actually been modified, I didn't notice, so actually I had to pull the cross member off and swap that. But other than that, it's all lined up. I did use the old gaskets, so hopefully there's no leaks there. Kind of wish I'd changed the exhaust manifold gasket there. I put a new one on the left side, so let's stick it on the ground, start it up, and see if it sounds any better. Well, it has to sound better because the other one was pissing out exhaust fumes. So I'm gonna have to jump start it again because I didn't charge the battery. But sounds good at the back. That sounds fucking sick, but I have got a leak from the exhaust manifold. Should have put the new gasket on. Ah, what a dick. This side's sweet where I put the new exhaust manifold gasket, but this side where I didn't is leaking like fuck. Does sound a lot. Does sound a lot better. That sounds tough as, even though it has got an exhaust manifold leak. I did try and tighten them up, but I should have put that new gasket on there. Dumbass. Dumbass. I don't know. Yeah. I put a new gasket on the left side, mint. Didn't do it on the right side, which is the hard side. Like that one fucking took me ages. And then now, I'm paying for it. But you get that in the big jobs. But it does sound good out here. I'll put the microphone there. There's no denying, even though that has the leaky exhaust manifold gasket, I'm a dumbass. If you are doing a new set of extractors, change the manifold gasket. But it does sound way better. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yeehaw! And if you could like and subscribe, that would be shit hot.